Hello everyone, this is leewhat. So today we have another new ordeal, the Ordeal Apostle of Madness. So this time we have two bosses, Nemesis and the Dio Nemesis DX. So the important one is this Dio Nemesis DX, because this one, when it takes 10 hits, it will activate a shield. With the shield, it will become immune to physical and magical damage. This one really tough. So they really want us to use neutral damage this time. And conveniently, they introduce some hero reworks with neutral damage like Sworden. And this time we also reflect to physical and magical damage. So using the physical and magical damage really is put us on disadvantage. And here are some of the DPS that we can consider: the Sworden, Jack, Echidna, Snorri, Demona, Risha. This one, the rest can be quite slow. So for example, right, this one is Sworden. This time the new passive, upon using an ally 3 chain, the hero wields the Flaming Spirit Sword to deal neutral damage equal to 2000 of his armor. Upon activating Flaming with the Soban weapon, 4000 of their armor, neutral damage. So this one will be really good. So to optimize Sworden damage, we want to buff his armor. Right now we have Hala. Upon using an ally 3 chain, the hero activates Eye of the Tiger for 3 seconds. The entire team's attack power is increased by 3% of the hero's armor. Armor by 100%. This one also good. So we want armor set to buff the armor. And then we have Hera. Upon using the block skill, the hero activates Sacred Walls to increase the entire team's armor and resistance by 80%. This one is also good. And this time for the handicap, we have the Fortification. Boss crit register increases. This means the boss has 70% critical resistance. We need to have a lot of critical chance. If you have below than 70, that means your hero cannot deal any critical damage. And later on the stage 7, we have the Corruption. Hero receive less heal. Mean we need to use a shield like Veronica or Paris, or something like increased healing like Line or Yawodong and Hera. For Sworden, I'm using the critical chance and critical damage with armor set. You might want to use double critical chance because of the critical resistance. I'm also using the critical chance ring. And we also get critical chance buff from Hala. If you don't have Hera, you can use Dara. Dara also increase critical chance, and you don't need to 3 chain. For this one, I'm using France. Assuming you have already enough critical chance, you can use France. If not, use Ibelin for 20% critical chance. So if you are using Hala and Dara, you just need to 1 chain Hala. Is enough to get the 3 chain, because Dara will activate 3 chain for everyone when leader use 3 blocks. But if you want to be more consistent, you can use 3 chain Hala. So as usual, there will be parry for every 30 seconds. So you can use 2 goddess before the first parry if you are fast enough. Another one, you can use the Hala. a Hera. But let's say we go slower. We can use Jack solo this time. But as usual, you need to make sure you have enough critical chance. Because Jack passive on dealing critical hit. If the hero's block deals 6 critical hit during bloody, you will deal the neutral damage. So if you don't have enough critical chance, Jack won't deal damage. For this one, you can use Ibelin. You can solo with this. This time for the parry it feels kind of slow. You also can hear the notification with it. It's that sound, the alarm sound. If you hear closely, like 1 or 2 seconds before it happens, it will have that kind of alarm sound. But if you really don't have any of this neutral damage, let's show how to use the let's see what happens if you use physical damage or magical damage hero. It will instantly die because a lot of reflect damage. And later on become immune to damage, physical damage and magical damage, so you can't deal any damage here. You can't kill the boss. There is a way to circumvent this, to bypass this, is by using Dispel. But you must Dispel before the shield is activated. After you Dispel, the boss will not be immune to damage, but will still reflect. So we need to rely on the resurrection skill. So either you have a hero that Dispel, like Dorothy, or using Wrath of Goddess special skill on a healer, or using Anut. For this one, we can try to use Dorothy for the Dispel, or using Anut. This is only if you really don't have any neutral damage. This time they really want us to use the neutral damage. There is that alarm sound, that means the parry is here. If you manage to kill the robot first, after that we won't get any parry anymore. So this one is kinda brute force. If you want to use the Ibelin base, also the same. You just need a note. Let's see, Ibelin. Okay, and then Demeter. It is kind of slow. So it's almost already 3 minutes. For the best result, still use this one here, or this hero. So let's say we use Echidna. For Echidna, I don't have enough critical chance. So I try to use Drake for the critical chance buff, and then Yeo for enough block gen. We need to use 3 chain and then use Echidna block. For this one, I'll be using France. For this one, we can keep it either Aubrey or Celonis. I'll do with Celonis. Alright, that should be enough for the demonstration. I hope you understand at least have an idea how to clear the early stage. Okay, bye bye.